The fight between Vasily Lomachenko and Guillermo Rigondeaux was shocking. Lomachenko dismantled an undefeated champion widely considered one of the greatest of all time, making him quit on his stool. While the ending was disappointing, there were a lot of very high-level techniques that Lomachenko employed incredibly well throughout the fight. So let's take a look at how Lomachenko absolutely destroyed one of the greatest defenses in boxing, and then quickly examine why Rigondeaux decided to say, "No mas." Rigondeaux's style is built around keeping his opponents at arm's length and maintaining a slow, steady tempo so that he can force his opponents to overreach and then counter them. In order for Lomachenko to take control of the fight, he needed to dictate the distance and pace. And Lomachenko pulled this off the very first round. He began by disrupting Rigondeaux's footwork. Every time Rigondeaux got settled in place to set up an exchange, Lomachenko immediately circled away and changed angles. Notice how Lomachenko moves away every time Rigondeaux sinks down onto his lead leg. By taking away his ability to ground himself, Lomachenko took away Rigondeaux's power and balance. Once Lomachenko had disrupted Rigondeaux's footwork, he began dismantling one of his best tools, his lead right hand. Rigondeaux keeps a closed, narrow stance with few openings, and uses his lead arm like a shield, blocking punches with his forearm or elbow. He uses tactile senses to gauge the intentions of his opponents and set up his counters. But Lomachenko took away Rigondeaux's attempt at lead hand control using his own lead hand. He would feint high and low and circle and deflect Rigondeaux's arm like a fencer. He would throw multiple jabs before changing position to repeat the process again. Lomachenko was now effectively able to get close to Rigondeaux and fight at his preferred range. It had taken him less than a round to accomplish what no other boxer had before. And woven through all of these techniques was Lomachenko's use of broken rhythm. Once Lomachenko had taken away Rigondeaux's footwork and lead hand control, he neutralized Rigondeaux's second line of defense, his upper body movement. Like Mayweather, Rigondeaux likes to lean back, duck, and pivot to change the angle. The technique is a great way to stay in the center of the ring and avoid getting caught on the ropes. But his over-reliance on this defensive maneuver turned into a major problem for Rigondeaux. Lomachenko's footwork allows him to easily follow a pivoting opponent, and he took advantage of Rigondeaux's low crouch by framing off of his shoulders. Lomachenko is an expert at manipulating his opponent's guard at close range. His goal is to destroy his opponent's balance, vision, and ability to counter. He'll pin his opponent's arms in place, pull down their guard to create new openings, use his glove or forearm to keep them in the dark, and frame against their neck to destroy their balance and power. Notice how Lomachenko moves in and immediately pins both of Rigondeaux's arms and leans his weight on him. When Rigondeaux tried to lean back instead of crouch and pivot, Lomachenko simply tracked his head movement with jabs. Rigondeaux did get off one good attempt at a powerful left hook that Lomachenko narrowly ducked at the end of the round. But Lomachenko wouldn't let himself get into this position again for the duration of the fight. Once again, Lomachenko managed all of this during the first round of the fight, and it would continue the same way for the rest of the match, with Lomachenko getting more and more comfortable ramping up the pace, and Rigondeaux's only adjustment made being to clinch almost every exchange. In the end, Rigondeaux said he was unable to continue. It's understandable that Rigondeaux quit, but it's strange he quit with so few adjustments, repeating the same defunct techniques that had gotten him punished before for several more rounds, and throwing very few shots himself. There are a lot of questions that haven't yet been answered, and may never be. It remains a mystery how badly Rigondeaux's hand was hurt, with some questioning if it was hurt at all. Looking back through the footage, it's hard to find anything that could have damaged it heavily. It's also an odd precedent to quit over a hand injury in a championship fight. While the health of a fighter should always be of utmost importance, there are certain moments that are so critical to the sport and to the fighter's legacy that many have weathered through, and even gone on to victory, with Lomachenko himself being one of these fighters. While it's sad that such a great boxer has most likely had his career come to an end in this manner, it's truly inspiring to see Lomachenko continue to grow and improve. I'm really looking to see his upcoming fights and what the future has in store for him. That about does it for this one. You can let everyone know your own thoughts on NoMasChenko in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out my book and companion videos, Power of the Pros, linked below. For the Modern Martial Artist, this has been David Christian, wishing you happy training.